He's charged in one of the most notorious cold case killings in modern American history. And this morning, the man known as Keffy D is breaking his silence from behind bars. The death of rap legend Tupac Shakur nearly 30 years ago became one of the nation's most notorious unsolved murders.
Hey Keith, Metro Police, come over here.
Then in 2023, a breakthrough when prosecutors charged this man with ordering the hit, the only person arrested for Shakur's murder, who now tells ABC News authorities have the wrong man.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody, never did ever kill nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas.
61-year-old Dwayne Keffy D. Davis says the night of the murder, September 7, 1996, he was in Los Angeles, 300 miles from the Las Vegas intersection where Tupac Shakur was gunned down.
The feds, they looking at this whole case as if it was a setup from the beginning. They said that Keffy D, he's a small fish in the pond. They said that Diddy is the main one that did it. Diddy is the one that put the money out there. Now Keffy D is the one who actually, he took the fall for it. I ain't saying that he didn't do nothing, but Orlando Brown, he was the one who actually was the one who took the gun and started shooting out the back window. Once he started shooting out the back window, Keffy D took the other gun and started shooting out the front window. And I know if you're a fan of Tupac, drop the RIP Tupacs down in the comment section and hit the like button. Everybody know this, man. If you want to hit exclusive on anything Kim Porter, Tupac, Diddy, Snoop Dogg, anybody, join the membership. We're going to be posting videos on everything that's going on, man. And you can actually get a good idea on what's going on with the whole situation with Tupac and them. They said that Diddy, he had a lot going on, but Diddy was the main one who put himself out there like this, man. And he kept telling people that he know that he had something to do with what happened to Tupac, but then when it comes to being on camera, he ain't want to say nothing.
You know, this goes way back. We're talking Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. way back, 1994, when he was trying to make records with them and was ambushed and felt like P. Diddy knew something about it then. And really, that's what ended Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac's friendship, was because of that setup where he got shot 5 times in the studio. Okay? Once he was released from prison in 1995, Tupac also had launched an all-out war against the New York hip-hop scene. He released the legendary diss track Hit 'Em Up, ruthlessly attacking Biggie on personal fronts and expanding his target list to include anyone associated with Bad Boy.
He said something about Jay-Z and P. Diddy up in there. And a lot of people who he mentioned in there, them was people who was cool with Diddy them. Now Diddy, he one of the main ones who sat back. He thought that people weren't going to actually catch on to what he was doing. He was doing this to these people, and these people, their lives was at jeopardy at any moment because he was holding this over their head.
Well, and this is what created the highly dangerous East Coast versus West Coast cultural war, which, I mean, that expanded on for quite some time, including even now today, there's still some rifts because of what happened in 1994. In 1995, while serving a prison sentence for SA, Tupac was broke and desperate to get out, and that's when he met Suge Knight, the imposing CEO of Death Row Records, offering a lifeline. Knight paid Tupac $1.4 million bail in exchange for a 3-album contract.
And and I know he did finish those 3 albums, and Suge Knight was able to get his money back and stuff like that. But that kind of put Tupac on the map. That's how Tupac took off. That's when the first start of everything started happening. And I want y'all to know, if you want to hit any one of Tupac albums, anything that got something to do with Tupac, you want to get one of his t-shirts, anything, it's down in the description box. I want y'all to see, y'all gonna see the products right down at the bottom. I want y'all to buy one of the albums of Tupac's, man. This crazy, man. I want y'all to buy Snoop Dogg album down at the bottom. Hey, everybody knew that it was gonna come to this, but Suge Knight, he said he willing to testify against Keffy D and P. Diddy. Everybody know what's going on. And they kept saying that The same people who was standing out there, those was the people who actually saw everything that went down. And they said that when the trial come for Keffy D, they said them same people who was right there on that corner, who gave that police statement, you know what I'm talking about. Them the same people who gonna be in court, in trial. That's why Keffy D, he think he gonna get out of this. He think that it's just gonna be quick in a hurry. Like it ain't gonna be like that. Greg Caden coming, and a couple more other people, Kirk Barrows, they said that they gonna testify against that man. R.I.P. Tupac, and I would like everybody to drop the R.I.P. Tupacs down in the comment section. Let me know if you're a fan of Tupac, and let me know if you think that they bogus for what they did to Tupac.
You know, unfortunately, Tupac, he had a rocky career, and he was trying to be a positive activist via, you gotta realize how his roots were. He grew up in that. He grew up in trying to make a change. He went to the art schools trying to better his life and give his family like an out, a way to grow. So getting into these contracts pushed him further away from what he was originally trying to do, conflicting with his own personal and pushing him into the street society, the warfare, the activity that he wanted no part of and preached against. And the more he tried to dig himself out of it, the deeper they drug him down in. He ended up having relations with Dr. Dre, who, you know, it went the wrong way. That fell apart. He tried to do things with Snoop Dogg even, but that soured up because, again, he had different point of views and how things should be done. And he was trying to be a voice, a light in the dark, if you will, and everybody was trying to drag him down a different path. Ultimately speaking, we have the blowout at the MGM. You know, it wasn't about robbing him or snatching a chain. Honestly, I think they were trying to silence him.
Yeah, because they said that Keffy D's son, Orlando Anderson, up in there, once Orlando Anderson saw Tupac, that's when he got on board. Like, he was trying to, like, block the front door. He was standing right there in the lobby part. By him going in there, he was trying to send a message, basically. They ain't send nobody at no top level up in there to try to check Tupac, but it's basically just like checking in. He came to Las Vegas without letting them know. They knew he was gonna be out here. He didn't let them know though. So back then, it was a respect. Everything went off respect. Nobody sat there and just let you do certain things and you weren't gonna get dealt with. They said that back Keffy D, sending that dude up in there, that's what made Tupac get on it with him, because he felt that he ain't gotta check in with nobody. He ain't gotta let nobody know nothing that he got going on. I want everybody to hit the like button if you're a fan of Tupac. Hit the like button if you feel that Tupac ain't have to check in with nobody. That's why they sent Keffy D now.
While everyone wondered who killed Tupac, Snoop blamed the man that was driving the car he got shot in that night.
The most feared figure in all of hip-hop.
You put all of our lives in jeopardy like that, you don't care about Pop.
And confronted him face to face.
Come up to my room, ain't gonna be nobody in there, just me and you. This either the moment you gonna kill me, or we gonna get some clarity in this air.
But did Snoop Dogg know something was going to happen that night?
The next day, when we turned on the news, all we seen was the yellow tape, and it just was all bad.
Shakur was shot 4 times after leaving the Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas in a car driven by Marion Suge Knight, the head of his label, Death Row Records.
So I jumped in my Hummer and we drove to Vegas. Suge was at home. He was standing up, but he had like a patch up. His hair was wrapped up. And he came and explained to us as far as what had happened.
Keffy D and them just caught him outside because they couldn't really do nothing up inside a major place like that place that all that happened in the fight.
I mean, it got to a point that Tupac was so fed up. He was going after people. He really was. Again, his relationship with Snoop Dogg got soured. You know, he went after Jay-Z, younger Jay-Z, simply for collaborating with Biggie.
Yeah.
Just having a collaboration, it was a problem at this point because he really felt like it's us against them.
Yeah, they said that Jay-Z had something to do with what happened with Kim Porter. Now, from all the evidence and the news that came out, they said they saw the dudes in black walking up at her house. By them seeing that, they already know what it is. Everybody who had their ear to the streets when Kim Porter actually passed away, they know exactly what Diddy did inside of that mansion, inside of that main bedroom. You gotta understand, it's so many rooms in them houses, you don't know if somebody done broke in one of the windows over there on the other side of the house and done climbed in and done been in the room waiting for the opportunity so that they can get you at anything. That's sad, man, because anything can happen when you sitting there going through stuff like that. But when you dealing with Diddy, you have to really be cautious because Diddy have a lot going on, and Diddy got a lot of people that he has sent after people. That's what they saying. And a lot of people in LA said that Diddy cool. He don't need no pass because Diddy, he good in LA. I want everybody to know, Diddy come all the way from New York, went out there, and he ain't gotta check in, he ain't gotta do nothing. Diddy, he was taking care of his business at first, but then he just started getting to a whole nother level and start acting a certain type of way, which made people actually start looking at him like he like a threat. Like everybody know this.
Literally. You know, it really comes down to, again, they were trying to silence him. They wanted to shut him up. He was trying to break away from Death Row Records. He was trying to end that relationship and just move on with his life and do what he wanted to do. And they weren't having that. And then you got P. Diddy on the side telling him to come here, and he don't want nothing to do with P. Diddy because remember, he still thinks that him and Biggie set him up all them years ago in the studio where he got shot 5 times.
Yeah.
So he had nothing but literally a rough path.
Yeah, especially dealing with Diddy now.
He got allegations coming at him from young people. He got court charges he's got to deal with. He's got someone offering him a way out. The way out's really a trap. It's just a vicious cycle for him that he was constantly trying to escape and get out of. That's not how he wanted to live his life. Again, he went to school for the performing arts, trying to better himself. Not only was he a singer, but he was a dancer, an actor, an artist all the way around, even like to draw. Like, he had so much potential, but then he had a mentality that a lot of people in their lifetime could never tap into. He's seen life in a different way, and he's seen a way out for everybody, and a way for everybody to have peace. But everybody kept coming at him sideways, so then he's like, well, screw it. You want to go to war?
Let's go.
To war.
Because he felt that they was trying to attack him, like they was all coming at him sideways. And I don't blame him. Yeah. I don't blame him at all.
It becomes personal at some point in time. And this is why I still don't understand why he didn't have security with him. Why was he rolling around just with, you know, his producer, his friend, whatever it was at that point in time? Why wouldn't you have armed security, knowing the history, knowing that people got you looking over your shoulder, knowing that you've created rivalry between East Coast, West Coast? Why would you move solo?
Biggie got hit up the same way.
It's sad. And
in the passenger seat.
And so many artists still do it. It's like we're not thinking about our own protection and our own security. We're just moving through life like, oh, I'm untouchable. Nobody's untouchable. If somebody wants to reach out and get you, they'll find a way to get you. Now, are you going to get justice? Hopefully. But if someone wants to get you, they don't sleep until they've completed their mission.
It was something that Keffy D said in an interview. And then next thing you know, he turned around and get locked up. And what he said in that police car before he was even interrogated on Tupac case or anything, they just grabbed him. What he said, it put the nail in the coffin. And I want everybody to hit the like button if you think that it put the nail in the coffin. He said they arrested him for the Tupac case. Why is you saying anything when you have the right to remain silent under the court of law?
People don't always think to keep their mouth shut. And then we move under false pretense of I've got immunity and start telling everything and write a book and do things that you don't think are going to catch up with you. Statute of limitation does not run out on murder.
It don't. It don't, and some people think that they can get away with certain things. The feds got a 99% conviction rate, and they still don't know this. All that 85% and all this, nah.
You know, Tupac company, he had plans. He was literally working on getting out of death row. He was working on bettering himself, and they took it all away from him.
Yeah, they bogus. They knew exactly what they was doing. Man, they said that Keffy D, he ended up letting Snoop Dogg know while he was locked up that they owned to him. That's the messed up part about this whole situation.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is at the time of Tupac's death, his lawyers were already auditing Death Row's books. They were trying to find a way out. A major legal battle for his masters and unpaid millions would have been inevitable, likely leading to a highly publicized corporate fallout. He was more value to them dead than alive at this point.
That's crazy.
They made more off of his past records simply because he was already making his own record company. He had a name for it and everything. He was also making his own production company because he wanted to move into movies and out of music completely because they said
He said that. I saw that.
You know, he was he was getting his acting practice in on a couple of movies that he released, and also doing the legal legwork to say, you're not going to release me from this contract even though I fulfilled it. I'm going to find a legal way to get out.
Yeah.
They may have thought that they were moving in silence. They probably tried to cover every track, but I bet you somebody leaked word back. And because they found out he was getting those audits done, trying to find a loophole, they took him out.
Yeah, and I think that too. That's crazy.
But nobody looks at that side of it. They all were just focusing on the beef, the street beef. There's more to it than just the street beef. And with Tupac, you gotta realize, he did some legal time. So his brain is already moving
100 miles per hour.
Thinking about what happened with this, what would happen with that. He was a planner. He was an activist. He was somebody that would look at the future and go, if I move my chess piece here,
this'll happen.
And if I move it there,
that'll happen.
And I can take the whole kingdom over here.
Yeah.
He was a threat. They saw it for what it was, and they took his life.
And this is why everybody keeps saying P. Diddy, he the main reason why Tupac gone, because he saw that Tupac was a threat. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Tupac.